Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Nigel with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench, and here we are now back with this month's package from Hachette of the Lancaster bomber, the Dambuster. And you can see here, if you remember last month, I didn't do any building on video because it was just a repeat. It was the fourth engine and another propeller. I think that's the fourth propeller as well, which you've seen before, so it's absolutely pointless me going over it again and again and again. I'm doing the same thing this time. So as you can see, I've built these in the period between our last video and this one. So you can see these are done, so they can go to one side. I haven't bothered putting the little vinyl pipes and stuff on the engine because they're not the easiest thing in the world to fit. But also when it's all covered up, you can't see any of it anyway, so I haven't bothered. So you can see there, those pipe pieces are not fitted. I've kept them just in case. It could be that Hachette will suddenly change their minds and give us one engine that's fully on display, and that way I can put them on. But I've kept them in the box. We've got a box of bits and pieces here ready for going forward. So there we go. Right, so let's have a look at the magazines. We've got 71, 72, 3 and 4. So what we're going to do here, we're going to look at the magazines, and once again I'm not going to do any building on video because it's just a repeat of what we've done before. So here we have pack 7. Well, if it changes I will do some building, but we will see. So here we have the magazine. I'm going to zoom out a bit actually. I'm going to zoom you out because I've zoomed in too close. Right. So here we have pack 71. So in this one we're going to be fitting the supercharger. Over here is all the information from Hachette and everything. So we're going to be doing the supercharger, which you've seen me do already 3 other times. So I'm not going to be building that on here. You can see it all going together there. It's all very, very straightforward. And you end up with a supercharger on the engine. Okay, so this is what we're here for. We're looking at the subjects in the magazine this week, if you like. The Petlyakov, P.E.2. Yeah, fast and rugged, the P.E.2 eventually made up 75% of all Soviet twin-engine bombers in operation during World War II. Had an automatic dive control system, which was developed from those found in the Junkers 88A. So there we are. Had a crew of 3, had 2 V12 engines, and a service ceiling of 28,870 feet. So very suspicious sort of look to it there, isn't it? It looks almost Japanese on the front. Almost like a Japanese bomber, doesn't it? RAF Pathfinder Tactics. The Royal Air Force Pathfinder Force was an attempt to increase bombing accuracy during nighttime operations. I believe this is when they put mosquitoes down, wouldn't it? To go in and put flares down where they had to target. So here's Queen Elizabeth inspecting flight and ground crews on a visit to Warboy Station. Number 8 Pathfinder Group, a Lancaster of number 156 Squadron, is in a T2 hangar in the background. And we can see there the lovely green nose interior as well. So there we are. And that's that for part 71. And you can see in the next magazine we're going to be getting these parts here, which again we've done before 4 times or 3 times. So there we go. So pack 72, as you can see, engine bearers, radiators, and all the rest of it, which we've done before. Okay, so in here, LM594 A Able. This Mark III Lancaster was produced in early 1944 and went on to fly more than 100 missions over Nazi-occupied Europe. A great day for LM594, the aircraft photographed on the tarmac following its 100th operation, with a happy crew on there, as you can see. So there we can see we've got the training antenna there, the training aerial there, and we've got the IFF there in the front. Frank Fripp and his crew, from left to right, was Bill Wilson, Curly, Streetfield Fripp, Dusty Paxson, Bonnie Norman, Keith Kearns and Dennis Cleaver. There's the crew there. Looking very, very young and very, very happy. The Radon Gelsenkirchen, 286 Lancasters, 17 Mosquitoes deployed from 1, 3 and 8 groups. 17 Lancasters were lost, unfortunately, on that one. The bombing of Königsberg, In August 1944, Bomber Command Lancasters attacked the East Prussian city of Königsberg, reducing it to rubble. Dear, dear, dear. Terrible times, terrible, terrible times. We're so lucky the times we live in today as far as peace goes. Well, relative peace, at least here. 73. So once again, we've got the motor going in, which probably won't spin. You can see there how it's all going to fit in. And then we've got, there's one of my favourite aircraft, the Lockheed P-38 Lightning. The twin-engine Lockheed P-38 Lightning was a radical design, having twice the power of other World War II fighters. Yeah, it's because it had two of their engines. Beautiful looking plane. In August 45, the P-38 established the world's long-distance record for a World War II combat fighter, when one aircraft flew from the Philippines to the Dutch East Indies, a distance of 2,300 miles. So at a ceiling of, this is comparing this to that Russian one, or Soviet one, that was 28,000 feet. The service ceiling of this one was 44,000 feet. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Beautiful, beautiful aircraft. Norman Cyril Jackson. The story of how Jackson won a Victoria Cross for his actions aboard a blazing Lancaster bomber is a tale of unbelievable courage. So there's one worth reading for you. The bombed city of Schweinfurt, the destination of Jackson's Lancaster on the night of 27th of April 1944. And there he is with his wife and little one. Amazing. And then attacking Germany's rail network. They've made a mess there, haven't they? Proper mess of the railway. The rail network was vital to the Nazi war effort, so in the autumn of 1944, Allied bombers launched a devastating campaign against it. Railway yards were large, relatively easy to bomb and impossible to camouflage. They were thus ideal targets for Allied bombers. You can see one there. One of the biggest ones in, certainly in the UK, maybe Europe, was down at Roggett, where I used to live in South Wales, which is now where the toll booths were. I don't know if they're still there, but the toll booths were when you had to pay on the Severn Bridge, the second Severn crossing. That was Roggett shunting yard, and that was one of the biggest in, I think it might have been Europe. There we go. So you can see in the next part we've got the engine, the rear engine bearer and the oil tank and everything, which again is all going to be hidden. So as I say, I'm not going to be doing any building in this video. You can see there we've got the parts for the engine support frame all going in, and then we'll have this complete assembly here. So the raid on Hamburg in July 43, British and US bombers attacked Hamburg, reducing large parts of the city to rubble and killing tens of thousands of civilians. Dear, dear, dear. I think we've looked at this one before, haven't we? You can see there's a youngster being helped by a couple of young girls. It destroyed 214,350 out of Hamburg's 414,500 dwellings. Blimey. Dear, dear, dear. And then here we've got the Condor Legion. The German Condor Legion played a key role in the Spanish Civil War, providing Luftwaffe pilots with valuable combat experience. A Heinkel HE-111 of the Condor Legion in Spain. This is the first edition of the Heinkel 111 with the nose. And saw its first combat in Spain in 1937. There we go. So, in issue 75, oh great, we're going to be getting engine counters again, and they haven't changed anything, it's all going to be closed in. So, as I say, there's no point in fitting those little fiddly pipes and stuff to the engines. So I'm going to get on and get these parts built up, and then I will see you back next month, and hopefully after we've done, we'll have, so in one magazine we'll have one half, so that'll be 75, 76 we'll have the other half, and then hopefully 77 we're going to be back into building another wing or something, so we can get making some build videos again. But until then, I will just keep doing what I'm doing now. I will see you all soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.